Hi, I'm Bill Brown, and this is Drew Griffin, and we're firefighters at Edmond Fire Station 1. I've been here 12 years, and Drew's been here almost 3. We're stationed on red shift today, which is the best shift at the #1 station, Station 1. We kind of wanted to tell you a little bit about the rigs that we have stationed here. We have Brush Pumper 1 for our wildland urban interface. We've got Quint 1, which is our engine with a 75-foot aerial device on top. At Station 1, we also have the heavy rescue unit, which we would use for technical rescue, high-angle rescue, confined space, and we also carry the Jaws of Life. What you can't see on the back side, we've got Battalion Chief 1 is stationed here. He's in charge of the shift for the day. And we also have Tanker 1, which is a 3,500-gallon water tanker that we used out east of Edmond, where we don't have fire hydrants readily accessible.
All right. So just a couple questions. How many actual fire-related calls would you say you get each day?
Each day, it's
yeah. Really?
Yeah. We run about 150 structure fires for the year.
Okay.
And so that's spread out among 5 stations and 3 shifts.
Okay.
So every day we run on several alarms, but actual structure fires probably every 2 or 3 days.
Okay. Also, what do you think is the most, or what would you say is the most common cause of a house fire?
Cooking-related incidents would probably be the #1 factor.
Space heaters.
Space heaters in the wintertime. It varies kind of year from year. One year it used to be smoking-related incidents. Then candle burning was a big year. Cooking-related. It's kind of seasonal. Like you said, with the fire season we call it. Whether it's hot and dry for wildland fires or heating-related fires in the wintertime when everyone kicks their heaters.
Kick some old carpet or something. Yeah. Okay, so and we were actually kind of curious about that. Do you get many fires caused by cigarettes? Is that a common thing, or is that just a?
It used to be a lot more common. The society as a whole has quit smoking a lot more than in the past.
Yeah.
And they're safer cigarettes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, so how long would you say we have to get out of the home when the smoke alarm sounds on average?
You've got seconds to get out.
Oh, no.
The fire doubles in growth every minute. And so one of the big safety factors in your home would be a smoke alarm. Now, if you're awake and in your home and you can see smoke and you can smell smoke, but when you go to sleep, your nose goes to sleep. So you won't smell smoke in the middle of the night while you're sleeping.
Yeah.
So when a fire starts, you've got anywhere from a few seconds, if it's close by, to up to a minute before it'll hit the ceiling and bank smoke back down to where you can't leave your home.
Okay. That's wild. So last thing I got for you, your personal equipment. Can we take a look at that?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay. Fighter Griffin, he's going to show you all of his personal protective equipment. Go ahead. And this is what Drew would put on if we were to leave and go to a structure fire. All of his gear used to protect him from heat, sharp edges, from steam burns. All of this gear, once he's fully dressed with an air pack, weighs about 60 pounds.
Wow. So how long will it take to wear that stuff?
We practice and train when we come out of rookie school. We get completely dressed with our air pack in less than 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Now, after you get a couple of years on, maybe you get 12 years on, it takes about 2 minutes and 2 guys to kind of help you out. So it takes a little longer.
All right. And you say including the tank, it's all 60 pounds?
Yeah, including
really?
the pack. The pack's about 20-25 pounds.
Okay.
This stuff is around 25 pounds.
So around 80 pounds.
About 60. You could probably add a few more pounds once it gets wet from either sweat, because it doesn't let heat and vapors escape, just like it doesn't let it penetrate. And so all of that, once he's dressed there, is about 60 pounds.
Gotcha. How long does it take to wear that tank out if you're actually out there?
Maybe 45 minutes, but
really?
Yeah.
For all out intense effort, you've got about 25 to 30 minutes.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
You're worn out.
Yeah.
That's about all you want.
All right. We're good.
Come out of here, fire will be out here, fire will be up in the cabinets, and then it'll also roll over across the ceiling. The panels we're putting here in these help protect the building and also have temperature sensors in them in order to protect the integrity of the building. That has to be checked periodically as well. But usually this is first stage to get firefighters introduced to fire. typically start in this structure here, and within it there's 5 different burns available in here. You have the kitchen here. Upstairs is going to be a bedroom. You have an office, a mechanical, and a computer over here on this other side, and yeah, in the living room.
Okay.
So that's just some different things over here. We can take a look at all of those if you guys want to.
Yeah, you could probably good there.
Things. One's going to be, they can come over here and hit this switch at any time, which will take the fire away. It'll cut off the gas-fed prop. No pedestals. There's 2 dead bends, 2 switches you can do, and then there's also a handheld pedestal that the operator utilizes. Can view it from the other side of the structure through the window to see what's going on, and also has the temperature readings as well right there on this pedestal. And then he operates the flame, turns the flame up and down as need be, and operates the different burns within each prop. So for this prop, you would have fire coming up off of the couch where you see the grates where they are, and then also it will have a rollover effect that'll roll across the ceiling, and you can turn those up and down in the intensity.
So you actually have gas into that up there where it's gotcha.
On the back side, and these all of them have a room built behind it that will have the kind of the controls for it as well, and everything's built within the cabinet. Obviously you have the gas that's coming in.
Awesome.
It's like, this is going to be a living room. You have a flashover in another room within the same structure. We will go, it'll be easier for me to show you out there with you guys climbing through all of this, but I'll show you how the box is set up, and you can see how it flashes over. But this is where the firefighters will be. Normally there's benches and stuff in here, and so you're sitting down, and I can show you how the fire will be built in the box up above you. So it gives you a little bit more protection because it's going to be coming across, and there's more separation.
Oh wow. Cool.
Okay? And there's also temperature sensors. It's in here with sheets of plywood or OSB. So you get sheets that go in here, 3 sheets up top, and then a sheet back here on this back side, okay? So it's giving off smoke and gases and vapors, and they're able to ignite. When we've been able to create it as low as around 625 degrees roughly, which is quite a bit lower than the normal flashover conditions, which also keeps it safer as well. But you can see in here, this is actually flashing over up here in this area, and it'll start rolling out right here for the firefighters to see that. But what they're observing is this up in here and how to protect themselves in those situations. And you see it's a lot safer because the main part of it is up in this area, where the firefighter is going to be down there in a safer area.
That's awesome.
A lot of these vehicles we utilize these vehicles for vehicle extrication training and different scenario-based training that we can set up regarding different vehicle accidents or other accidents that might happen involving them. And you can see we've got a couple of school buses here and various cars, so they can utilize extrication equipment, also work on scene safety and command experience as well. Every vehicle is different, older vehicles versus newer vehicles, and the different restraints that are in them. The electric vehicles and like a commercial bus is quite a bit different to get into those and to do extrication and to build a skill. Awesome. Props are also propane fed props. Even this propane tank right here, that's a set fire, and then you have a tank fire, a tree fire, that's over there for valves coming in. There's even a small grill set up on the other side, and then a meter box. We can show you guys those when we get to I have somebody stationed in here in this to get all of the computer readouts, and as you can see on the monitor, I don't know if you can pick it up in the camera or not, but I'm going to say there's 30 plus sensors within the structure itself, first and second floor, You have them on the walls, up high and low, and then also in various places throughout the ceiling. And it's reading temperatures right now. 2 alpha, 1 wall high is going to be 61.52 degrees, and then the delta wall is 58.94. So depending on if it's in the shade and the sun,
Gotcha.
it's affecting it down. You can see as they're moving around, just a slight bit, a percent here and there.
So you got an IT guy that reads this and coordinates all over it? Or one of you all got to learn to do it?
One of the trainers, and he's also trained. So there's different alarms built within. There's a low alarm and a high alarm that lets you know. The low alarm will go off that it's it's reaching a high temperature. It needs to be cooled off. And then if it reaches up to the high one, it needs to be cooled off immediately. If they're not able to do it, we need to get them out of the structure. But he's in there, radio, and then he's basically a safety officer, and the safety officer can give direct commands. Class A building, basically it's just a box that's built, insulated, protected walls. You got the fire-resistant tiles on them, and then you're going to have different sensors throughout. So here's a temperature sensor that we talked about. You got one down here low on the wall. You got one up here high on the wall. You have them in the ceiling. One's come down right here. And then in order to facilitate the training so that they're not coming into the same box with the same structure every time, in order to change that up, we have movable walls. And you'll see some of these back here behind you that enables the guy setting up the training for this scenario to build rooms and hallways and different aspects of the building that they're wanting to create. It's actually a 2-story structure. There's 2 stairwells in it. Both of them are down actually here on this other end. One's a protected stairwell, and then one's a regular interior stairwell that you would see in a residential structure.